There comes a moment when you see it clearly. The habits, the delays, the quiet compromises that built a version of your life you can't respect anymore. Not because you lack potential, but because you've been tolerating weakness for too long. Waiting didn't fix it. Hoping didn't change it. And now the cost is staring back at you. This is where most people stay stuck. But this is also where everything can shift. Reset isn't comfort, it's confrontation. Restart isn't motivation, it's decision. Refocus isn't a thought, it's a standard you refuse to break. You don't rebuild your life by adding more noise. You rebuild it by cutting off what's been holding you back and stepping forward with zero hesitation. And the strangest part, you already knew. You knew the moment you stopped pushing. You knew the moment you chose comfort over growth. You knew when you let one bad day become a bad week become a bad month. And somewhere in that slow slide, you stopped recognizing yourself, not in a dramatic way, quietly. The way a fire doesn't explode out, it just slowly runs out of oxygen until there's nothing left but smoke. That's what living below your potential does to a person. It doesn't destroy you loudly, it erodes you silently. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters." But most people read that and nod, and then go back to responding the exact same way they always have. Because responding differently requires something most people are terrified to face. Accountability without excuse. Raw, unfiltered, brutal honesty with the one person you can never escape, yourself. You can lie to everyone around you. You can perform strength on the outside while something inside quietly collapses. But in your private moments, in the silence between your thoughts, you feel it. That weight, that knowing, that gap between who you are and who you're capable of being. And that gap, it doesn't shrink with time, it grows until it becomes the loudest thing in your life. This is not about motivation. Motivation is temporary. This is about a fundamental shift in how you see yourself, what you demand from yourself, and what you will no longer accept from yourself. The reset has already begun. The only question is whether you're willing to see it through. Now let's get into it. Point 1. Reset. Destroy what's holding you back. Most people are waiting for the right moment to change. And that wait, that patient, hopeful, self-deceiving wait, is the most expensive thing they will ever do with their life. Because while you were waiting, you were also practicing hesitation, practicing avoidance, practicing the identity of someone who almost changed but never quite did. A reset is not a fresh start. Let that sink in. It is not waking up one morning feeling inspired and deciding today is different. A reset is a ruthless audit. It's sitting with yourself long enough to identify exactly what you've been protecting that has been quietly destroying you. The relationship that drains you but feels familiar. The routine that keeps you small but feels safe. The version of yourself you keep defending, not because it serves you, but because abandoning it means admitting how much time you already lost. And that admission is where most people turn back. The Stoics called it amor fati, love of fate. Not acceptance of weakness, but the fierce embrace of your reality as the raw material for everything you're about to build. You don't reset by escaping your past. You reset by picking it up, looking at it directly, and deciding, this ends with me, right now, today. What you've been carrying isn't strength. Familiarity isn't loyalty to yourself. It's fear wearing a comfortable mask. Every habit you refuse to break is a ceiling you're choosing to live under. Every excuse you've perfected is a wall you personally built around your own potential. The reset isn't gentle. It was never meant to be. It's the moment you stop negotiating with your own weakness and start dismantling it, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day, until the version of you that almost gave up permanently becomes completely unrecognizable. Point 2. Restart. Rise from who you were. There is a psychological phenomenon that almost nobody talks about, and it is silently responsible for keeping millions of people permanently stuck. It's called identity inertia, the invisible grip of who you've been, pulling you back every single time you try to move forward. You don't just struggle to change your habits, you struggle to change your story, the story you repeat to yourself every morning before you even open your eyes. The one that says, "This is just who I am." But who you are is not fixed. It never was. Marcus Aurelius didn't become one of history's greatest minds by accepting the version of himself that existed yesterday. He wrote to himself privately, ruthlessly, honestly, in what we now call meditations, not for the world, for himself, as a daily restart, a deliberate reconstruction of his character, one conscious choice at a time. That is what a real restart looks like. Not a new gym membership, not a new playlist, a new internal standard, one that makes your old patterns of thinking feel genuinely foreign to who you're becoming. You don't restart by running from your past self. You restart by making that past self irrelevant, by outgrowing it so completely, so decisively, that when you look back, and you will look back, it feels like reading someone else's story, someone you understand, someone you forgive, but someone you have absolutely no intention of becoming again. The restart isn't a second chance, it's a first step taken by someone who finally means it. Point 3. Refocus. Become unmovable. Here is what nobody warns you about when you decide to change your life. The world around you will not applaud you. The people closest to you will not always understand you. And the version of yourself you're leaving behind, it will fight you. Silently, persistently, through doubt disguised as logic, through comfort disguised as rest, through the familiar voice in your own mind that keeps asking, "Are you sure this is worth it?" That is not weakness visiting you. That is the final test of whether you actually mean what you decided. Refocus is not about concentration. It is not about productivity systems or morning routines or color-coded planners. Refocus is about something far more primal. It is about knowing exactly who you are becoming and refusing to betray that person for anything. Not for temporary comfort, not for the approval of people who never believed in you anyway, not for the fleeting relief of going back to what was easy. The philosopher Seneca wrote, "Concentrate all your thoughts upon the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought to a focus. Scattered energy produces scattered results. But a person who has genuinely decided, who has cut the exits, closed the escape routes, and planted themselves completely in the direction of growth, that person becomes something rare, something almost frightening in its intensity. You become unmovable, not because life stops being hard, but because you stop needing it to be easy. Every distraction loses its power over you. Every setback becomes data instead of devastation. Every ordinary day becomes a deliberate brick in the foundation of something extraordinary. Refocus isn't a phase. It isn't seasonal motivation that fades when life gets heavy. It is a permanent rewiring of what you find acceptable and what you will never again tolerate from yourself. The person who resets, restarts, and refocuses doesn't just change their life. They change their entire relationship with who they are. And that nobody can ever take from you. You came into this video carrying something. Maybe it was frustration, maybe it was exhaustion, maybe it was that quiet, suffocating feeling of knowing you're capable of more, but watching yourself settle for less, day after day, week after week, until settling started feeling like your natural state. But here is what I need you to understand before you leave this moment. You are not broken, you are not behind, you are not too late. You are simply someone who has finally stopped lying to themselves. And that is not a small thing. That is everything. Because the most dangerous person in any room is not the most talented, not the most gifted, not the most privileged. It is the person who has decided, fully, completely, without reservation. The reset has happened. The restart has begun. The refocus is now your standard. Marcus Aurelius lived by one silent truth that history never forgot. What we do now echoes in eternity. What you do from this moment forward writes the story that defines you, not tomorrow, not when conditions improve, not when fear finally disappears, now. Walk away from this video differently than you arrived. Carry this not as inspiration, but as instruction. Your rebuilding starts today. Drop this in the comments. I am rebuilt.